Wild animals can do very well in the jungle, but sometimes they get into places that put their lives at risk and people's lives at risk, as some very dangerous animals even get into people's homes, having to be taken from there before they kill someone or even before they are killed. So today we are going to take you to know some of these cases of animals that got into places that needed to be rescued. So without further ado, let us go. Snakes in the bathrooms. Snakes are the animals that most invade homes and public places, as they have the power to get in anywhere through any hole. But there's a wave of snake invasions into homes, and guess where people are finding them? In the toilets. Yes, imagine going there to do your business and suddenly seeing a snake's head inside. Unfortunately, this has happened a lot, and when people see snakes they lose their common sense for the fear they cause. But dangerous whether or not, the snake is in trouble and it has to be saved. This man found a 2-meter snake inside his toilet and he started trying to get the snake out. See. Good thing he made it and the snake wasn't venomous. This other family in Australia found a coiled python right in the middle of their toilet and they tore it apart. Look how gigantic it is. My God. This also happened to a country singer from the Bahamas. Singer Brett Eldridge went to the bathroom and look what he found. A snake right in your toilet. He immediately called animal control, who came to get the snake out of there without it hurting itself or hurting anyone. And that's what you should do if you see a snake in your toilet or anywhere elsewhere in the house, poisonous or not. Call for help. Snakes in the reservoir. As we said, snakes are the animals that invade the most. These in turn invaded a water reservoir and were trapped inside. The population saw one of the snakes and called the specialists, who arrived there as quickly as possible to remove the snake from the reservoir. But the mission would be very difficult because the snakes were in the water and the dam was very slippery. They use a rope to go down and he starts looking for the first snake under the water, and that the snake bites him in the finger. But the snake was not venomous and he is an expert and he has been through it. So without fear he went back into the water to try to get the snake out of the water. But finally he managed to grab the snake's tail and left with it with great difficulty, and the snake kept wanting to bite him, but they managed to rescue it. Now it was the turn of the second snake, one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. But it had to be rescued anyway, so he went down. Here is it. Was a little more difficult, because he couldn't enter the water, which was the snake's territory, and he had to try not to be stung. He tried to catch the snake from several angles, of course using the material that prevented him from being stung. But even so he couldn't, he needed help. The colleague went down and that was the only way they managed to rescue the terrible king cobra without anyone getting hurt. Leopard in the den. Well, it's not just snakes that leave their natural place and get into trouble. In India this leopard got into a big problem, because he fell into a big hole and couldn't get out of it. A popular person who was passing by heard the leopard's screams inside the den and called for professionals, who came with a cage and lowered it using ropes and waited for the leopard to enter the cage. But he did not, so they had to make a risky decision, which was for someone to enter and try getting one of the most dangerous cats in the world and the most dangerous in all of America into the cage. That's right, it's pretty risky, but the leopard had to be saved or he wouldn't survive in there. So the guy going down was equipped to that. There wasn't the mistake of him falling with the leopard in the den, so he went down, but the leopard didn't like it at all and tried to attack him at all costs. But after an intense fight with the leopard, the guy finally managed to make the animal enter if in the cage. And soon after the leopard was pulled up, they offered the animal a chicken and took it to a safe place. Happy ending. Alligator in the pool. Yeah, that's exactly what you heard. An alligator was found inside the pool of a house in Florida, United States. The owner of the house saw a dark shadow inside the pool just when she and her children wanted to go for a swim in the water. She didn't think it was anything when she saw it, but out of nowhere she saw the shadow moving in the water. Commission for the Conservation of Wildlife in Florida, and they came running home. Arriving at the house, an expert entered the water to remove the alligator. What courage, right? Remembering that was the alligator's territory, he is much stronger, much faster, and he has more techniques on how to catch his victim in the water. But he had to be rescued, so without fear the specialist entered the water and started a violent fight inside the water. The man had to try not to be bitten by the animal, which was very difficult since the extinct alligator is attacking. After several hours of struggle, the expert managed to grab the alligator's tail and drag it out of the water without anyone getting hurt. The alligator was taken to a sanctuary where it would be safe and stop invading other people's pools. I don't even want to imagine what would happen if the family got into that water. I'm glad they didn't, but now they can get in because the danger has already been removed. If you see an animal in trouble inside or even outside your home, try to save the animal by calling the specialists.